Is dating harder in your 30s? So I would know because I am in my 30s. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ijoma, but you can call me IJ. I am an Accra-based YouTuber. Thank you so much for being a viewer of my channel. If you are a new person here, this is your first time coming across my channel, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, share the video, tell everybody about Sincerely IJ. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So contrary to what people believe, people think that dating in your 30s is, it's going to be less fun than dating in your 20s, or dating in your 30s is just a lot of work because you're getting older, and if you're not careful you might settle because you're in a hurry, and they just assume that if you're in your 30s you tend to just marry the first guy that comes along because hey, you are 30 and you don't want to be you don't want to be the last to get married, you want to have your kids and all that. So today this channel is to expose you to some light and to some truth. I'm here to share certain light that dating in your 30s is actually more fun, is more exciting than dating in your 20s. I can say that in your 20s, it was fun. You're young, you have that adrenaline rush in your system, and you cannot wait to meet new people. But in your 30s you're more focused, you're more confident. And for me, I would like to use myself as a personal example. I'd like to share some of my experiences. When I turned 30, my dad was I don't think my dad was even happy I turned 30. I remember I called my dad on my birthday. I think he even forgot. I called him on my birthday. I'm like, I'm 30, and I was telling him that I'm happy, and my dad was like, 30 years ago, like he was recounting when I came into the world, and he started talking about, so when am I going to get married, blah blah blah. Your mates are married by this age, your mates even got married before 30, you are 30 years, you are happy, you are still single. Like he said all that, but I didn't care. Maybe before now it would mean so, it will get me broken-hearted, it will make me so hurt, but I didn't care because I know exactly what I want. For me, what I have realized is now in my 30s, I am more focused, I am more confident, I know exactly what I want. So when somebody is coming close to me, I can smell from a distance if this is exactly the kind of person I want. Believe me, I am so grateful to God I didn't get married in my 20s, because I know now, looking back at my life, I know now that it would have been the most terrible mistake I could ever make. I can admit now that looking back at my life then, I didn't know a lot of things about marriage. I didn't know a lot of things about love and all that. For me, I thought love was just if you felt something, right? But now in my 30s, I've come to realize that marriage or dating somebody is more, it goes beyond love. Like love is just the tip of the iceberg. You have values as a human being, and you would expect that whoever you want to get married to or whoever you want to date should have values. You understand? You want to be in a relationship with somebody whose values matches yours, so you're able to navigate your way through, so you know exactly what you want. I know that I've grown to understand that there are more important things than love. Love is really important. Feeling some type of way for somebody, being attracted to somebody is important. But now in my 30s, I know exactly what I want, so you cannot waste my time. Do you understand what I mean? So in my 30s, I tend not to waste time. Like when we start talking and I realize that you don't have the values I'm looking for, and you are not all that, I will not make up excuses for you. I will just go. Unlike in my 20s, I'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter, he will change, this. No, now in my 30s, I've become more confident and very unapologetic about exactly what I want. I'm not going to, wait around and try to what's the word I'm looking for? Try to make you feel good about yourself as a man. I know exactly what I want. I'm more confident than I used to be when I was in my 20s or in my teens. Now in my 30s, I tend to be more due diligent. Do you understand what I mean? So I know that me liking you or me loving you has to go beyond your looks, what you look like. I have to see, like, now I am more concerned about the long term than the short term. I would like to see if this person is somebody I can spend the rest of my life with. Now listen, I don't mean that I don't mean to say that people who have gotten married in their 20s were clueless or they didn't have vision or whatever. No, this is just me and my experience. Dating in my 30s it's a blessing. I know now that if I had gotten married to somebody in my 20s, it probably would have lasted for just a year or 6 months or 2 years max. I think it's all got to do with maturity. Like, I'm mature in my head, in my sense, in everything that I do, that I do not have to just look to date somebody or look to marry somebody based off of what I see. I have to look at the long term. So when I'm talking to you, when we are getting to know each other, I'm not just moved. Yes, of course, I'm attracted to you and all that counts. I'm not going to rubbish that fact. I'm not going to say, oh, your looks don't matter. It matters. But if I have to date now, if I have to consider being in a relationship with somebody, best believe that I have done my homework. I have been very due diligent in what I want. I am convinced that you have what I want. You have the values. You're somebody that I can trust. You're somebody that, we have the same beliefs, not only when it comes to our faith, but also in other things like my beliefs in, I'd like to know what you think about women and marriage, children. I want to know. I don't want to get married to somebody who is going to lord over me in my marriage. No, in my 20s I probably would not have done all my homework on that because I didn't know much about it. Yes, I know that I've always been an empowered woman, that I know that I don't want a man to do this and that to me, but I didn't know much about it. I had no idea that people could enter into marriage and kill their wives. I didn't think it was possible, but now my heart is more guarded. I am more guarded. Like, you can't just come in. You have to go through a lot of screening for me to trust you. But with that being said, it does not mean that when I get married to somebody that I think that, oh my God, this person is all that, I'm going to get married to the person. So when we enter into the marriage and you start to fool, so you think I'll keep quiet because I say that now I trust you. Like that one, we'll talk about that one later. But what I'm saying is, now dating in my 30s, I've become more alert. I've become wiser in choosing a partner. I'm not going to fall for the next thing because I'm in my 30s. Like, I'm in my 30s, almost getting to my mid-30s. No, I'm not going to do that. I've become more confident, like I said before. Very, very, very extremely confident in what I want. The only downside to me dating in my 30s is sometimes you meet amazing men, like beautiful men that tick all your boxes. Like, this man is romantic, this man is kind, this man has a relationship with God. Oh my God, so important. This guy he's sweet, this guy is funny, this guy is loyal. I think loyalty is very important. This guy is, he's family oriented, like he loves family. He wants to build a family, and I also want to have a family of my own. Like, this guy has everything you want. And hey, you find out that this person is married or already is taken. That is the only downside. Apart from that, dating in my 30s, I'm so good. Like, it has been good. In my 20s, I don't think I have asked the right questions. Now in my 30s, when I meet somebody and we start talking, I would want to know certain things about your relationship with God. That is the most important thing to me. Now more than ever in my 30s, I know that I want somebody who is financially stable. In my 20s, I was afraid to ask those kind of questions. That, so where do you work? Even though I asked, but I don't want to talk about finances. But now in my 30s, I will not mince words. I'm asking you exactly what I want to know. I'm not going to beat around the bush. When you are dating in your 30s, you move away from where the person comes from, who the person's parents are, whether like all those things. You move away from those. They are relevant questions too, but they are not as relevant as questions like you're standing with God and all that. For me, this is me. I'm just trying to answer the question of, is dating harder in your 20s, in your 30s? I feel like for me, dating is simpler in my 30s because I know exactly what I want. I don't waste time. I am so grateful and so lucky, so blessed not to have gotten married in my 20s. It's not because of what my exes did. I won't say that my exes were horrible people or they were mean people. No, they were really nice people. They were cool people. But if I have to look back and say that, would I have wanted to marry any of my exes today? The answer would be no. Maybe a year ago or something, I would have said, oh my God, there's this one ex that I really still want to be with. But now, like, I've become so confident in what I want, and it's definitely not him. So that is it. Dating in your 30s is simpler, guys. So this video is just to encourage people who are in their 30s and are not yet married and are beating themselves up because they are not married. Listen, I feel this is a blessing in disguise, because now in your 30s, you are unapologetic about what you want. You know exactly what you want. Not like when you were in your 20s, all you felt was, butterflies in your stomach. It's not butterflies that you eat. When you're in your 30s, when you meet a man, you start asking the right questions. Like, even health-wise, you start asking the right questions health-wise. What is your blood group? All these things. You start, like, all these things are really important. Do you enjoy this life? Shop life. Okay, of course, it's going to get to you that all your friends are getting married. You are the only one that is not married. But at the end of the day, you cannot kill yourself. Can you kill yourself? You cannot kill yourself. Use that as an opportunity to work on yourself, reinvent yourself, so that when the man comes, he knows that you are not one to mess with. He's not going to mess with you. Guys, thank you all for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like it, share with your friend. If you've not commented before, please make sure you leave your comments. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please subscribe to my channel. And next week, I promise to bring you another fun, exciting, educating, and entertaining video from moi. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you next week. Bye. Mwah.